Good morning, everyone. Hare Krishna. We have with us Rasik Raman Das Prabhuji. Let's all welcome him today. Prabhuji came in touch with devotees in 2006 in Jodhpur, Rajasthan, and joined ISKCON Chopati Temple full time in 2011, where he's currently serving as a member of the Temple Care Committee. With MTech from IIT Bombay and rich experience as a monk, for 1.5 decades, he seamlessly blends scientific temper and spiritual wisdom. He is the founder director of Inplug Academy, which aims to empower youth and working professionals with leadership and life skills. He is also a visiting faculty at MNIMS Mumbai and a professor at Dr. Vivek Bindra's Bada Business. He is regularly invited by prestigious colleges such as SPC, NMIMS, JJ Medical College, KEM Medical College, etc., and corporates such as Ernst & Young, HPCL, Tata Motors, Shapurji Palonji, JCIL, CTR, Manufacturing, etc., for conducting seminars and workshops. He has completed his certification as a corporate trainer from IIT Roorkee, which he stood as a national topper among 1,000 participants. He conducts a weekend certificate course called Bhagavad Gita Applied in collaboration with the Mumbai University. He has authored 4 books so far. His most recent book, The Gita Companion, helps find solutions to the pressing problems of our times straight from the Bhagavad Gita. He is very popular for his book, Be the Smarter You, Your App Store for Success and Happiness, which presents 14 life skills for self-growth and interpersonal synergy and had been an instant hit. With the young generations, he has also written a sequel to it, Be the Smarter You at Workplace, which is specially captured the interest of entrepreneurs and working professionals. His first book, Being Srila Prabhupada Anugas, is the handbook for spiritual leadership based on the life and teachings of ISKCON's founder Acharya Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and has now been translated in several languages like Chinese and Russian, etc. He has keen interest in the field of training and education and has been instrumental in developing the Bhakti Vedanta Research Center affiliated to Mumbai University. He has served the Organizational Development Committee of ISKCON, GBC, and has been an associate faculty with the GBC College for Leadership Development. Let us all welcome Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Haribol.
You are testing your news reading skills. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So, on a serene Sunday morning, where you could all have been doing so many other things, right? Just relaxing, chilling out on Sunday. You have chosen to be here discussing the Bhagavad Gita. So I really commend all of you for making this choice. There are 2 types of choices that we make in our lives. One is prayas and another is shreyas. So the Vedas say that a living entity in this world has 2 types of choices. One is prayas, another is shreyas. Prayas is what is pleasurable now, what I want now in the immediate sense, and shreyas, what is good for me in the ultimate sense, right? So what I want now and what I want most is a dilemma that all humans go through. What I want now is maybe fast food, but what I want the most is good health, right? But often we compromise on what we want most for what we want now, right? So now Bhagavad Gita is something which we want most. You ask any Indian, every Indian would say कि अरे गीता एक बार तो पढ़ना है, जाने से पहले एक बार गीता पढ़ना है. But then not everyone is able to make that commitment. So congratulations to all of you, and a big round of applause for each one of you for making this commitment. अभी एक दूसरे को encourage नहीं करेंगे तो कौन कोई बाहर से आके थोड़ा ना करेगा. तो खुद के लिए ताली बजानी चाहिए. Right? Sometimes the acharyas, sometimes they write their songs. So generally, when they write those songs, they are praying to Krishna. Their songs are meant for actually glorifying Krishna, glorifying the Lord. But some of the songs they write to their mind. They are telling their own mind, congratulating their mind, or nudging their mind to make the right choice. So one song is Bhajahu Re Mana Shri Nandanandana Abhaya Charanaravinda Re Bhajahu Re Mana Shri Nandanandana Abhaya Charanaravinda Re. So here Govinda Das, the poet, he's praying Bhajahu Re Man. So he's talking to his mind as a friend. Oh my dear friend, oh my mind, we have been together, we have been partners in crime all through. But this time I am trying something different. Will you please cooperate with me? Because if our mind doesn't cooperate, we can't do anything. Right? So sometimes we congratulate our mind कि चलो आए कुछ थोड़ा सा आपने spiritual program attend किया, thank you. Right? So let's begin with a short kirtan. And by the way, I would like to also thank अभी वो introduction जो भी it was there, but whatever I am today, it is by the blessing of my guru and my original guru, my mother, my parents. So today she has also joined. So my Gurudev, Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, and then of course. So let's begin with a short kirtan. And kirtan is something which is music, but music which is embedded with the deepest calling of the soul, right? So when you have Bollywood songs where the lover is singing for the beloved, so that resonates at a certain level. That there is a love at the mundane level, but then the love of the soul at the transcendental level, the love at the eternal level, that love we have been waiting for and searching for. सपनों का राजकुमार या सपनों की राजकुमारी, right? So the original Rajkumar and Rajkumari are Radha Krishna, right? And actually we all have been searching for them, and every soul is searching for them only. लेकिन इधर उधर, like in things and people of this world, we are searching for Krishna, and then we from a distance we feel, okay, this is that attractive person I have been looking for. You come close after a while, after that initial fog is over of that relationship, you realize no, this is not the one. He or she cannot satisfy me. There are flaws, there are shortcomings, there is selfishness, right? And then okay, something else. But ultimately the soul is looking and hankering for the love of Krishna, and the kirtan is a way by which we can invoke that love and express that love. Okay, so we'll do what does Prabhuji sing? Jai Radha Madhav?
Radha Madhav.
Okay, we'll sing that. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jai Radha
Kunja Bihari,
Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari,
Radha बिहारी
गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी
गोपीचन वल्लभ गिरवरधारी
गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी
गोपीचन वल्लभ गिरवरधारी
यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन
यशोदानन्दन ब्रज जन रंजन
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन
यशोदानन्दन ब्रज जन रंजन
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन
यशोदानन्दन ब्रज जन रंजन
यमुनतीरावनचारी
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 जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
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 हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरे
कृष्ण
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
हरे राम
राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण
कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण
कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे गोपीनाथ राधा गोपीनाथ राधा गोपीनाथ श्री राधे जय राधा
गोपीनाथ राधा गोपीनाथ राधा गोपीनाथ श्री राधे
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद
जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की
जय
ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर
शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So we are reading from Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, chapter which 2, text number
11
11. Okay. What Gaur Vilas Prabhuji does is really, unbelievable. He takes class on Friday at Kalptaru. Then Sunday he has 3 classes at 4 different locations. So he gave me a list ki I am not there from Friday to Sunday, can you take these classes? He gave me so many verse numbers. I forgot, I got lost track of which chapters were. Anyhow, second chapter 11th verse, right? A very beautiful verse. Will you all be able to recite behind me? Yeah. So this verse is the first time Krishna is speaking in the Gita. So it's a very, very important verse. Acha, yeah, of course. After Arjuna has asked Krishna, right? Initially तो first verse में बोले हैं भगवान, second chapter के second verse में बोले हैं, but then in terms of his response to Arjuna's despondency. So this is the first time Krishna is answering. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Shri Bhagavan Vacha
Ashocyan Anvashocastvam
Ashocyan Vasatatvam
Pragyavadam Shabhashase
Bhagavadam Shabhasate
Gatasuna Gatasumscha
Gadasunnagasasumsha
Nanushocanti Panditaha
Nanushocanti Panditaha
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Shri Bhagavan Vacha
Ashocyan Anvashocastvam
Ashocanyavasucharam
Pragyavadam Shabhashase
Bhagavadam Shabhasate
Gatasun Agatasumscha
Gadasunnagasasumsha
Nanusocanti Pandita
Nanusochanti Pandita
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Shri Bhagavan Vacha
Ashocyan Anvashocastvam
Ashocanyavasucharam
Pragyavadam Shabhashase
Bhagavadam Shabhasate
Gatasum Sagadasumscha
Gadasumsha
Nanusocanti Pandita.
Nanusochanti Pandita
Would someone like to recite?
Supreme Personality of Godhead said, while speaking learned words, you are mourning for what is not worthy of grief. Those who are wise lament neither for the living nor for the dead.
Okay. Can you read the purport also?
Yeah. The Lord at once took the position of the teacher and chastised the student, calling him indirectly a fool. The Lord said, you are talking like a learned man, but you do not know that one who is learned, one who knows what is body and what is soul, does not lament for any stage of the body, neither in the living nor in the dead condition. As explained in later chapters, it will be clear that knowledge means to know matter and spirit and the controller of both. Arjuna argued that religious principles should be given more importance than politics or sociology. But he did not know that knowledge of matter, soul, and the supreme is even more important than religious formularies. And because he was lacking in that knowledge, he should not have posed himself as a very learned man. As he did not happen to be very learned man, he was consequently lamenting for something which was unworthy of lamentation. The body is born and is destined to be vanquished today or tomorrow. Therefore, the body is not as important as the soul. One who knows this is actually learned, and for him there is no cause for lamentation regardless of the condition of the material body.
Thank you so much, Jayan Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So, very, very interesting and relevant verse. This is something which all of us you will find it very relevant, the discussion that is happening here and the theme which is being touched by Krishna. And also in the purport what Prabhupada is saying, there are a lot of things that we could discuss here. But the one word which is really, which stands out here is अशोच्यान. अशोच्यान अन्वशोचस्त्वम. मतलब जिस चीज के लिए अशोच्यान मीन्स विच इज नॉट वर्दी ऑफ लेमेंटेशन, मतलब समथिंग विच इज नॉट वर्दी ऑफ सो मच ऑफ स्ट्रेस, मतलब इतना टेंशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं है. अब समथिंग अ स्मॉल इशू, बोलते हैं तिल का ताड़ बना देना, और मेकिंग अ माउंटेन आउट ऑफ अ मोल हिल. So small thing, and our mind has a tendency to keep blowing things out of proportion. Life determines our problems. Life determines our problems. We determine their size. So the problem is same for everyone. But then some people, they get so worked up and so stressed about it that they lose their sleep. They kind of become so much overwhelmed by it, while others, they just take it in their stride. Bhai chalta hai, hota hai, right? So life determines, everyone is like, if you say life is unfair, life is equally unfair to everyone. But some people, they take it with grace, some people take it with a grudge, right? And that determines their response and their what they go through. So in this world, misery is compulsory, suffering is optional. That, well, we have accepted this material body, and the day we got the ticket in the cinema hall of this world, in a cinema, all sorts of things are there. You have happy times and sad times, kabhi khushi kabhi gam, मतलब picture का नाम ही वही है, right? So life is also the same cinema. And when you enter a cinema hall, or you already know that this is 3 hours. धुरंधर है तो 4 hours. मैंने मूवी नहीं देखी है, बस इतना पता है कि लोग बोल रहे बहुत लंबी थी. Right? So when you enter the hall, this is just for a duration. You can't say कि अरे भाई अच्छा लग रहा है, एसी हॉल है, बढ़िया मजा आ रहा है, एक और बार चलाओ. बोले निकलो, टिकट खत्म तुम्हारा भी, Time over. So when we enter the cinema hall, we know that what is happening on the screen, it's a superimposition, right? This is just a white cloth, and on that, it's just those light photons. They are just creating an image. It's not real, but it is just evoking emotions in us, and that's what is happening in our life also. On the screen of our mind, we are creating identities. I am male, I am female, I am this, from this region, this caste, and, so learned, educated, this college, right, this job, this company, or, this social status. So these are identities which we are creating about ourselves, about others, and then relationships and, whatnot. And then based on those things, we tend to have expectations. Where the problem comes, when you enter the cinema hall, you don't have expectations that this is going to last forever. But in life, it is also superimposition. This is not our true identity, but we have created an expectation that this is what I am, and this is how it is supposed to last forever. So therefore Krishna is telling Arjun that and through Arjun to us, that many of the problems we fret and frown over are not worth that attention. They are not worth the struggle and the trouble that we put ourselves to. So tension. Tension is a always relevant topic. सबको टेंशन है, बच्चों से लेके बड़ों तक सबको टेंशन है. कोई है जिसको टेंशन नहीं है? कोई? Is there anyone who has never had any tension in life? Right now, is there anyone who has any tension? Right?
Who has any tension?
Yeah, right.
Nobody's tension.
Yeah, so even now, every point of time, small or big, right, we go through certain stress, some tension, and just because we have a picture perfect situation in life doesn't mean we may not have tensions. बड़े बड़े हैं मैंशन, फिर भी जीवन में इतना क्यों है टेंशन? Right? Life is set, the big house, the big car, the big everything, but big tension also. कभी कभी लगता है कि लाइफ में थोड़ी टेंशन है या टेंशन में थोड़ी सी लाइफ है. Right? So why is it? Because it is because just as the body has illnesses, the mind also has its illnesses, which are described as the Shad Ripu, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsar. And the mind is infected with these anarthas and toxicities. And we haven't, for the body, if you become sick, the temperature thermometer hai. You put the thermometer and ki, okay, I am sick, I am diseased. And I need to go to a doctor and get a scan done and know what's happening. But same doesn't apply to the mind. When we go through, the emotional or mental turbulences in life, right, we feel that it's okay. गलती तो उनकी है, उनकी वजह से मैं परेशान हूँ. Right? So we lay the blame all over the world for what I am going through, without realizing that, well, someone may have done something which may not be palatable, but then how do I take it? Is a decision that I have. If I give the remote control of my emotions to someone else, to the world, कि चलाओ मुझे, जैसा नचाना है, रुलाना है, रुलाओ. So then I am like basically becoming a puppet. Right? So in that sense, Krishna is saying, Arjun, Ashocyan Anvasochastvam. What may happen to us in our life may not be good. But not everything that happens to us may be good, but something good may come out of it based on how do we respond to it and how do we take it. So this is, one of the messages that we are getting from this particular verse, where Krishna is beginning with, first of all, putting a pin in the balloon. Before this, like Arjun had said, he had said that he said this verse, what is that? Nahi prapashyami mamapunudya yad shocha utshoshanam indriyanam. I don't see any solution. I don't see any way this lamentation of mine, which is burning me from inside, can be solved. He's saying I have come to a dead end. कुछ नहीं रखा है जिंदगी में, कोई solution नहीं है. There's only problem. There's only crisis. Arjuna, like he said, like he ended with this, nahi prapashyami, I don't see any ray of hope. And Krishna says, ashocyan anvasochastam. मतलब इतना जो टेंशन ले रहे हो उसका जरूरत ही नहीं है. You are lamenting for something which is not worthy of lamentation. So in life, if you see what Krishna is saying here, especially the second chapter of Gita, you will see that he is giving 3 steps for stress management. So Bhagavad Gita is wildly relevant book. It's a widely relevant book for all times and all situations, in all places. It's a book of universal application. ऐसा नहीं है कि ये मतलब just for Hindus, Indians, ऐसा है. It's a universal book which doesn't speak of any religion, any caste, any creed, because these are human creations that we have created these boundaries कि ये इंडिया है. जाके कहीं पे दिखता है क्या कि इंडिया को क्रॉस करके बॉर्डर में पाकिस्तान गए, वहाँ पे मिट्टी को सूंघो अलग कुछ सुगंध आती है. It's the same earth, right? There is no physical boundary on earth which has been drawn by nature. These are creations of our human mind, right? But actually the creator has created one world. So world is one, news हम बनाते हैं, but actually the world is one. And for this one world, God has created one set of laws. How the laws of nature, how this world works, what is the purpose of this world, purpose of this creation. And the user manual for this world is the Bhagavad Gita, which is a universal text. And even if you go down in history and archaeology, you will find that the most ancient tradition and system of spiritual science is Sanatan Dharma, because Sanatan Dharma is eternal dharma, and dharma is not like loosely translated as religion. Dharma, the word dharma is not pantha. What we say religion is a pantha. Pantha means a path. So your path, my path, his path, her path. But dharma means that which is the constitutional nature of something. So the dharma of sugar is sweetness. The dharma of chili is it is hot, it is spicy. If you are given a green looking chili like thing and you eat it and it is sweet, it's not chili, right? Or if you are given sugar and if it is sour or bitter, it is not sugar, right? The dharma of sugar is sweetness. The dharma of chili is it is hot. The dharma of salt is that it is salty. So the dharma, what is the dharma of us living entities, of us spirit souls? So that is universal. That doesn't depend on where we come from, what is our age, what is our profession, which region we stay in. That doesn't depend on that. So so that is the universal dharma which is mentioned in the Gita, which applies to everyone. So how like basically Krishna gives 3 laws by which one can overcome stress. 3 rules of stress management. Krishna asks 3 questions to Arjuna, and these 3 questions hold the key to resolving any stress. So I asked the question, does anyone have any stress? Some of you raised, and the rest we know that there is some stress. You don't need to express. So but at the end of the session I will ask you again, right? If we apply these 3 questions, maybe at question 1, maybe at question 2, maybe at question 3, you will find that you are now relieved of that stress or anxiety. Are you game for this? Ready? Okay. So the first question Krishna asks Arjuna is, as we are seeing here, is the problem worth the stress? Are we blowing things out of proportion? Or is it really worth the stress? So the mind has a tendency, the human mind has a tendency to blow things, magnify things, magnify problems. So say suppose you had a bad day at work. You had a some client spoke very harshly to you, or the boss like really gave a piece of his mind to you. This is common, like kind of things happen in the heat of the moment. People say some things and then there's so much pressure, people are so insensitive, right? You are doing something and then suddenly someone comes and like pushes their agenda ki you do this first, and leave everything aside, and you are like, okay, I can just do one thing at a time, right? So if you had a bad day at work and you are really frustrated and irritated about it, think of a man who has been laid off and is looking for a job. He has a family and looking for a job for last 6 months, and his reserve finances are now coming on the low side. So think of that person, right? I think I have a problem. I have a problem so big that I'm so frustrated about it. But think about someone else who is having a bigger problem. अगर एक लाइन को छोटा करना होता है तो उसके बाजू में उससे बड़ी लाइन खींच दो, right? So if you have a problem like that, think about someone who doesn't have a job. If you see a gray hair and you feel that अरे यार अभी ग्रे हेयर आ गए, डाइंग चालू करना पड़ेगा, right? Think about a woman who went through chemotherapy cycles and has no hair because of the chemotherapy, right? What would that situation be? And we are like fretting over, array aisa ho gaya. And actually, you know about Marilyn Monroe? So she was the most famous Hollywood actress and so on and so forth. When she saw the first white hair in her head, she committed suicide. Because for her existence was her body and charm and beauty. And when she saw that this is me, and if there's any change in that, then I don't exist, right? So sometimes we just magnify that life is just this much, and then we focus all our expectations from this one relationship, one job, one person, or one particular talent in our life ki agar ye nahi to kuch nahi. And then because of that we fail to live life fully. So Krishna is saying that we should not magnify our expectations, and then because what happens when we magnify our expectations, our entire all our life's attention gets eclipsed by that one thing. Can I cover the say, do I have it? So this is the cute 1 rupee coin. Can I cover the sun with this 1 rupee coin?
Yes.
Yes, no, how?
Putting it on your eyes.
Far away from
Huh?
keeping far away from sun. You can see like
Covering the eyes.
No, can
Cover your
I?
eye with it.
I can cover the sun.
Yes.
That's the power of the small coin, right? And that's the power of a small problem. In our life, there are so many blessings. There are so many good things. Just the thing to see yet another day. Good morning. Just to see yet another good morning is also a blessing. But then we take that 1 rupee coin, one thing going wrong, one back pain, one small issue, maybe some toothache, maybe some fight with some with a spouse, or kuch from a relative or a friend, and then we take that coin and then everything is dark. Nothing else. You can't see anything else, right? So that happens when we fail to see things in proportion. So Krishna is not asking one to become emotionally dead. When we go through certain problem or crisis, it's not that we don't cry or we become emotionally very insensitive. Yes, we have emotions, but then those emotions should be proportionate. They should not be disproportionate. So there are so many blessings in our life, but the problem is we only count the problems, not the blessings. One of my friends, he was telling that he was going through some struggles in life, and then one of his mentors, spiritual mentors, he asked him, so today before you sleep, write down all the reasons you have to complain for in your life. He said, just take out 1 good hour, कम से कम 1 घंटा निकालो, और जितना भी complaints है वो सब लिखो एक एक करके. All the things by which you think that life has been unfair to you, write down all the complaints. And then he said, also then on the right side, write down all the good things and the privileges that you have enjoyed in life, which probably others don't have. So and then when my friend went through this exercise, he did this exercise, he was like he was startled and stunned what happened. The problems, he could not go beyond 12, but when he started writing the blessings, like right from the beginning that he had, he said that I wrote 60 but I could not stop. So therefore the word gratitude is translated in Sanskrit as kratagyata. Kratagya means the ability to remember the good that has happened to us, the good that others have done to us. And when we remember the good that has happened to us, we are grateful and we are happy. Even the Berkeley's Center for Happiness Studies, it states that the key to happiness is gratitude. And the problem is that we don't express enough gratitude. But the bigger problem is we don't really experience gratitude. We will express when we experience, and we will experience when we start thinking about the good things which are happening to us, the blessings that are falling upon us, right? So that's the first thing, seeing things in proportion. The second question, or second thing which Krishna says is, okay, first question was, do you have a problem? Is it worth the attention? ये हो गया अशोच्यान अन्वशोचस्म. Second thing Krishna says is, can the problem be solved? No. There are two answers, yes or no. Now Krishna is saying, don't think that every problem in this world is solvable. Some problems have to be lived with. Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkhada agamapaino nitya tamti tikshasva bharata. So the Britishers, when they came to India, they had the luxury ki in the summer season they had the capital in Shimla, and the rest of the time they had capital in Kolkata, right? So they had the luxury. But do we have the luxury कि चलो मैं ना मंडे टू फ्राइडे ये सिटी में ऑपरेट करूँगा, सैटरडे संडे आई विल ऑपरेट इन दिस सिटी, और अभी समर है तो फिर आई विल गो टू दिस सिटी, और वी डोंट हैव द लग्जरी, राइट? सो वी हैव टू स्टे इन द सिटी वेयर वी आर एंड टॉलरेट द वेदर्स ऑफ द सिटी. मतलब बारिश हो रही है, मानसून, it's raining elephants and horses, we have to stay in Mumbai. So we don't say ki, okay, I'll go out. We take an umbrella, we wear a raincoat and move ahead with life. So Krishna says not every problem in life is solvable. What you cannot cure, learn to endure. So that's the second thing which Krishna says in the 14th verse of this chapter. So I'll just share a short story. When you have a problem which you feel that it's a real problem, so that time we can take it as a coin and cover everything, or we can take that coin and show its place. Yes, you are there, but there is good in the problem, there is good around the problem, and there is something good which can come through the problem. So just a short story. There was once a merchant, and this merchant was a silk merchant, and there was going to be a grand mela where he was taking all of his silks. All year he had worked hard to create all of the silken cloths and garments, and he wanted to sell them off in this fair. So he was going through the jungle road and the villages and passing by for this festival in a city. And on the way, he was hurrying so that he reaches first, so that he can set up his stall first, gets the best place where he gets noticed and can make the most business. So in his hurry to go, like he was going very fast, and on a particular junction, his cart, there was a big ditch. His cart fell into it, and the axle broke. And because the axle broke, the cart, just like it slanted, and then he like jumped off, and he saw that it is really badly stuck inside that ditch. He can't move that out alone. There's no one around. It's a jungle path, and God knows what is going to happen. And then he was cursing his fate, his fall, like bad luck, and कि ऐसा क्यों किया, ऊपर वाले मेरे साथ ऐसा क्यों किया, right? अभी like he had all these plans he had made कि I want to sell this and get so much money, and उससे फिर मेरा EMIs और mortgage वो भी जो भी है, right? I'll pay this off or do that. So now he was sitting morose and very, very upset. And then he saw a monk sitting in the rocks and meditating. So he went ahead to the monk and he said that, "Are sunte ho? Are suno?" Then the monk opened his eyes. What happened? He said, "My axle broke, my cart is stuck. What to do? Why does your God do this to me? ये ऊपर वाला, why do bad things happen to good people?" So he asked this monk. The monk said, okay, calm down. ठीक है, देखते हैं क्या हुआ. Let us come and see what is your 1 rupee coin. And then he went and saw. He said, "God is so merciful." He said, "What merciful? You are making a joke out of it." He said, "No, you see, your axle could have had broken, your cart could have overturned, and all of your silks could have fallen into this muddy path, and they would have become completely dirty. You could not have been able to sell it. तो तुम्हारा एक्सेल टूटा लेकिन कार्ट उल्टा नहीं हुआ, तो पहली एक तो अच्छी चीज हुई ना. ये सब नीचे गिर जाता था तो you would not have been able to make any profit at all." He said, "Okay, ठीक है, माना इतना बुरा भी नहीं हुआ है, ठीक है, next." So he said, there is some good in the situation. एक तो चीज़ अच्छी है कि ये मेरा खराब नहीं हुआ. दूसरा क्या है, around the situation. He said कि आपने देखा है आप कहाँ पे खड़े हो? बोले नहीं. बोले this is a beautiful fruit orchard. बोले तुम तो थके हुए लग ही रहे हो, तुम्हारे घोड़े इतने थके हुए लग रहे हैं. And so he said, "Yeah, I didn't realize for last 2 days I didn't stop at all. And my horses are tired, I am tired, and I am irritated and frustrated. So he said, therefore I'm saying relax. So the monk said, you relax, there's a nice spring, drink water, eat some fruits, and at least you are in such a beautiful, bountiful nature around. So, just have nice breath, breathe deeply, take deep breaths, and you will feel relaxed. So he said, okay, that's also good. उसने कुछ खाया, कुछ fruits खाए, घोड़ों को भी अच्छा लगा, घास वास खाई. So then he said, good in the situation, good around the situation. अगर मान लो कहीं और अटकते थे, वहाँ पे कुछ खाने को भी नहीं मिलता था, right? भूखे मरना पड़ता था. So he said, ठीक है, good in the situation, good around the situation. And then he said, what about good through this situation? So the monk said, that time will tell. And the monk went ahead on his thing, and then the merchant was sitting there, and then a villager walked by. And the villager said, he asked the villager, यहाँ पे कोई रिपेयर करने वाला मिलेगा? तो बोला, मैं अगले गांव में जाऊंगा, मैं भेजता हूँ किसी को. And the villager said, but don't you know that there were flash floods through the night? तो जो आगे का गांव है वो बह गया है पूरी फ्लैश फ्लड्स में रात को. तो अगर आप रात को उधर चले जाते थे तो आपका पूरा ये कार्ड बह जाता था, एंड यू वुड नॉट हैव सर्वाइव्ड. सो गुड थ्रू द सिचुएशन. So sometimes we just see one chapter of our life and we feel यही है, this is the beginning, this is the end. But there is a chapter before and there is a chapter after. We say this is good luck, this is bad luck, we really don't know. Because we don't know the past and we don't know the future. Krishna knows both. So there's always some good in the situation, there's good around the situation, and there's good which can come through that situation. But only if we are open to it. Only if we just take the coin out from our eyes and see it for what it is. Right? So that's what Krishna is, these three verses. The first one is this one, 2.11. Ashocyan anva sochastvam pragyavadamsha bhashase. Is it a problem really worth the stress? Second question is, Matra sparshastu kaunteya. Can it be solved? If not, what cannot be cured must be endured. And the third thing which Krishna says is, which is in 2.47, Karmane eva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. That yes, you can solve it. Like जैसे जो answer है, some things you cannot solve, but some things you can solve. So Krishna says, yes, you can put your efforts, but don't become obsessed about results. Right? Because many times we feel that we can solve anything, and we put our efforts, but then not necessarily we may succeed. So we become more frustrated not because of the problem, but because our solution didn't work. Right? So Krishna is saying, do your efforts and leave the results to the Lord. Right? So these are the three things why Krishna is saying that when we apply, can really help us overcome any problem. The first is the problem worth the stress? Second is, can it be solved? If not, learn to endure. And third is that put your endeavors and don't get obsessed about the results. And there's a beauty and in just being focused on our endeavors. Because when we are focusing on the results, we are unable to live in the moment. So I'll just say, give an example. A boy wanted to become a tennis player. जब वो देखता था कि Wimbledon का trophy Pete Sampras or Andre Agassi or you have Rafael Nadal, they are lifting the trophies. He would feel ki wow, there's complete media coverage, everyone is talking about it, and the who's who are talking about it. So he said, मुझे भी एक दिन trophy उठाना है. I also want to attain this goal. Okay, so what did he start doing? He got a trophy made from the nearest shop, got a trophy, Wimbledon trophy made अपनी pocket money से, and देन ही वुड प्रैक्टिस कि सब लोग देख रहे होंगे और मुझे ट्रॉफी उठानी है. सो मैं ट्रॉफी उठाऊंगा. लोग मेरे से इंटरव्यू में लाइक हाउ डिड यू विन दिस मैच, सो ही स्टार्टेड डूइंग रिहर्सल्स कि when people ask me कि how did you do this, how did you beat that opponent, he said, oh, just like Rafael Nadal says, I will also say that, oh, it was my uncle Tony, so my uncle Tony had full faith in me. So he started rehearsing all of that. Do you think he'll become a tennis great? He's obsessed about the result. What he should be focusing on is the game of tennis, right? Rather than focusing on the game of life, we focus on the result that we want from life. All our attention, when it goes to the result, we are unable to focus on the game, right? And those who become champions are those who focus on the game, on the present. And that's such wisdom in this Karmanyeva Adhikaraste verse, that when we live in the moment, focus on the work that we have, and are grateful for the talent that we have been given, which we could utilize in a positive, productive way, we become unstoppable, right? So these are some things which we can implement and think about in terms of living a happy and fulfilling life. And a stressful life or stress-free life? Stress-free life. Okay, any thoughts, questions, reflections?
Prabhuji, as you just said, don't think about the results, just do the work. But how do we use it in practical life? Suppose if I'm a worker in an office,
Yes. Okay.
if I don't know what is my salary at the end of the month, why should I work for it?
True. Okay, you are right. So do you resonate with this question कि मतलब लोग, when Krishna says Karmanyeva Adhikaraste, that do your work, don't worry about the results. So is Krishna practical or impractical? Practical कैसे लगता है आपको?
Because Krishna is not telling that give away the result. He is saying leave it to God. And we should have trust in Him that He is going to give the proper result. That is His jurisdiction. Once we are doing some job, we are going to get salary. And if that salary is not paid, then we are going to get another job. So He is not telling that give away the results, but leave it to me.
Yeah, so this is one way we can look at it, that I do my result, I do my actions, I do my duty, and for the results, I have more faith in the justice of the Supreme, in the justice of the universe, than an employer. Right? If I put all of my faith ki, okay, this person or this boss or this employer, this company is supposed to reciprocate in this way, many times our expectations might be shattered. But when we have faith ki, if I give good to the universe, if I send good vibes and honesty to the universe, that will come back to me. So that is one system of faith that we can have. But even if you don't have it, or even if you have it, the question still remains, how do we feel motivated? Because I guess what you are trying to mention is that if I don't have any motivation, how will I put the hard work? कि अगर मुझे मतलब मैं कि चले जाने दो, सैलरी आया नहीं आया, मैं काम करते रहूँगा, कोई करेगा ऐसा? कोई नहीं करेगा, right? So then it becomes impractical, right? Naturally. So the thing is, motivation can come from two sources. We thought motivation only comes from results. That's where we become limited. A very, very limited amount of motivation comes from the results, which is called extrinsic motivation. But the deepest form of motivation comes from a purpose. There's a purpose and there are results. Most people, they align their motivation to results. But those who are really deep people, they align their motivation to a purpose. And that purpose, like they see that whatever I am doing is for a higher purpose. And not then you don't need to worry about the results, because you are on the side of truth, you are on the side of dharma. Jatayu, when he was fighting against Ravan, on the outset he knew, this is my death, I am going to die here. Even Sita Devi was telling that you don't come here and fight with Ravan, you just go and tell Ram that, Lord Ram, that I have been kidnapped by this Rakshasa. So he said, no, it is my duty, it is my dharma, I must fight for the right purpose. So he went and fought. He was an old person, but still he fought against Ravan, and Ravan, by deceit, he actually cut off his wings, and then he collapsed on the ground, bleeding all over, right? But he was fighting. Already he knew that the result is death, but the purpose was so dear to his heart, right? So that is, but when we are motivated just by the results, then sometimes results will come, and we are motivated, but when results don't come, we become completely demotivated, right? So if we have a purpose in life, now that's a question, how do you identify your purpose? So that as you keep on reading the Gita, you will come across deeper and deeper insights by which we can realize that we all have been made and sent to this world for a purpose. God has given us certain talents for a certain purpose, and gradually it will get revealed when we do these spiritual practices, the chanting of the holy names of Krishna, the reading of the Bhagavad Gita. They help us go deep, because results are superficial, results are external, but purpose is internal. रिजल्ट्स ढूंढने के लिए आपको बाहर जाना पड़ेगा, लेकिन पर्पस ढूंढने के लिए आपको अंदर जाना पड़ेगा. And that is something which we don't spend time on, right? We work on the world outside but not work on the world inside, right? Man has gone to the moon and come back, but not gone inside to his or her own mind and see what's happening, right? So let's do some chanting, meditation together, right? Do you do this meditation? So today let's do as a activity, an exercise, an experiment, where we will do mantra meditation, which is the most powerful form of meditation, where we meditate on the sound of the mantra. And manatrayate iti mantra. As I began with saying that just as the diseases of the body have a hospital and a doctor, for the disease of the mind, there is also a doctor, there is medicine, there is a hospital. Mandir, when you say mandir, is a hospital of the mind, the man. Mantra is the medicine for the mind. And manishis or devotees, they are the doctors of the mind. So this mantra meditation is the mantras, they basically are encrypted with spiritual truths, with spiritual energy, and like it's an encoded form, embedded form of powerful spiritual energy, and which we can unlock when we chant and recite these mantras. So and just can someone help me in sharing these beads? You can give one to everyone, and I'll just take one. Okay. Okay, so these are the beads. Everyone can pay attention. So this has 108 mankas or beads. Why 108? There are several reasons. 108 is a very auspicious number, and it's also a way by which we cover the universe, in the sense that you have like the 9 planets, the grahas, the Navagrahas, and 12 constellations. So 12 into 9 is 108. So basically you cover the entire permutation and combination of astrology. कि this graha is influencing me, ये राशि है, ये ग्रह है. So all of those permutations and combinations are there in this one round when you chant. So we will be chanting Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare on every bead. And as you complete that, you just with the thumb move the bead ahead. So this is your mobile phone. It's a different type of a phone to connect to Krishna. So you have your phone to connect to anyone in this world, but to connect to God beyond this world is this is your mobile phone, and the mobile number of Krishna is Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. And what does this mantra mean? This is a very, very beautiful and compact mantra. This mantra is, there are many different mantras. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. महाअवतार नरसिंह में देखा ना आपने? ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमः. So this is a mantra where you have various words, but the name of God is in Vasudevaya. But this mantra is a very compact mantra. इसमें every word is a name of God. Hare is Radha and Krishna is Krishna. So every word, मतलब you don't like, because पता है कि इन लोगों के पास टाइम है नहीं कलयुग के लोगों के पास में, तो remove out all the other things and just have the name of God. So you have Hare, which is an address to Radha Rani or Radha Krishna Sita Ram. So that address is in a way that जब हम कोई बहुत दूर है तो उनको हम संबोधित करके बुलाते हैं. तो हरे, the name of Radha is Hara. Hari is the name of Krishna और विष्णु. हरि मतलब जो सब कुछ हर लेते हैं, सबके हृदय को हर लेते हैं, वो है हरि. लेकिन जो हरि के हृदय को हर लेती हैं उनका नाम है हरा. तो जो हरि को हर लेती हैं, हरि को चुरा लेती हैं, हरि के दिल को चुरा लेती हैं, वो है हरा. अब हरा को जब पुकारते हैं, जैसे राधा को पुकारने के लिए कहते हैं राधे, हरा को पुकारने के लिए हरे. So when someone is very far, then you call out. And we know right now we are very, very far away from, just as a child is in a room and the mother is in the kitchen, the child starts crying. So similarly, we know that we are very far away from God, and that's the only thing that we need. And mother also knows कि when the child cries, which cry is for the toy and which cry is for the mother. So she will not leave her cooking till the time she is really sure is crying for me, right? So when you are really calling out to God with sincerity in the Mahamantra, then, and first पहले मम्मी को अप्रोच करना होता है. पापा पहले हमारी शैतानियों की लिस्ट देंगे, भैया अब आ रहा है तू घर पे, लौट के बुद्धू घर को आए. तो फादर इज गोइंग टू गिव अस ऑल ऑफ अवर कि क्या क्या किया तुमने, बट मदर इज गोइंग टू जस्ट शी इज गोइंग टू जस्ट forget whatever you have done and just accept you unconditionally. So Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. That's the beautiful mantra, and let's chant together. So another thing is that we don't use this finger, the first finger, for reasons that one reason is that we show faults with this finger for fault finding. So it is not supposed to be used in spiritual activities. we reserve it for that purpose, so it becomes unqualified for spiritual activities. Another thing is that in our entire body different things have different energies. So कोई बोलेगा अरे पैर से क्यों नहीं करते, कलयुग में कोई भी क्वेश्चन पूछ सकता है. But the body, the limb is has a different energy. So the thumb and these two, the middle finger, they are best for chanting. So we use them. So let's begin. So first we'll begin with some deep breathing, and you can sit in a relaxed but erect posture. Begin with deep breathing. It will be a guided meditation. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Bring your attention back to your breathing. You have had a great dip in the holy waters of the holy name, of the divine names of Radha and Krishna, where you could feel their love, you could feel their kindness upon all of us. And now, with full of this positivity, this gratitude for all the blessings that we have, and for finding the purpose for which we have been created. So with this hope that we find our purpose and live a fulfilling and meaningful life in the service of God, in the service of humanity, you can all now rub your palms and place them on your eyes gently. And come back to Ghatkupar. Okay, how was the experience?
Good.
Good. Divine experience. So how many of you are signing up for a lab experiment? That if you could, these beads you have got, you can keep it with you, and every day, like it will take 10 minutes, 10 or hardly 10-12 minutes. You can just take this time every day, before you begin your day or when you end your day. That time you can chant this for 10-12 minutes, and you will find that gradually, initially you might definitely feel good, but then ऐसा रहता है ना, growth curve रहता है, then it plateau हो जाता है. But then again it will pick up. So at the end of 1 month, when you continue doing it for a full month, you will really start seeing the benefits. To go for a jog or to go for workout, the first 3 days it feels great, because you are doing something new. But after those 3 days or a week, your mind starts rebelling. कि अब नहीं जाना यार. Then you start coming out with excuses, very innovative excuses. मोनोटस कि अरे भाई आज तो ये फेस्टिवल है, ये त्योहार है, आज नहीं जाते हैं, आज मतलब some excuses the mind will give. But despite that, when you keep doing it, despite the excuses, then at the end of the month you feel much more healthy. Right? Then you can see the muscles build up. Then you can see, your breathing and your heart, everything is now feeling more healthy. So similarly in the chanting also, do this for 1 full month, and at the end of the month, I'll inquire from Gaur Vilas Prabhu for the results of what was your experience. And it will be qualitative in terms of the quality of life will increase. This is a gadget, that the chanting beads is a gadget for focus. This is a gadget which trains our mind for distraction. Every 10-20 seconds a different reel. क्या कर रहा है आपके मन को, क्या ट्रेन कर रहा है कि to get stimulated. So there are 2 ways, मैंने जो बताया शुरू में, choices, prayas and shreyas. Prayas is stimulation, shreyas is satisfaction. So with this chanting, we train our mind for satisfaction and gratitude. This trains our mind for stimulation and agitation. तो या उसका भी एक रोल है, थोड़ा सा एंटरटेनमेंट, जस्ट फॉर एंटरटेनमेंट से 15-20 मिनट्स बस हो गया. ऐसा नहीं लगे पड़े यार, कुछ नहीं, 3-4-5 रात को 2 बजे तक सोए नहीं. क्यों? स्क्रॉल ही कर रहे थे बस, डूम स्क्रॉलिंग. बच्चों करते हो इतना स्क्रॉल नहीं? So let's see. You will definitely feel much more focused. You will feel more positive and grateful, and you will be able to take better decisions, because this will help you settle down. माइंड में जो एजिटेशन है, अभी जैसे पानी है, वो पानी के अंदर आपने पत्थर डालते जा रहे हो तो क्या हो जाता है? इट बिकम्स ऑल मडी. You can't see anything clearly. But then when you let the mind settle down, the water settle down, then you can see what is there at the bottom. तो मैंने जो बोला था, purpose will give you motivation. But for that purpose to be seen, which is at the depth of your heart, you have to allow the mind to settle. So this chanting helps you do that. Okay, so we have kept you waiting for long. So what's the program now?
Nasimati,
Nasingati, we end with Nasingati.
Nasimati and Little Kirtan.
Okay. That's a good way to end the program. Singing Nasing Arti for protection of everyone by Nasing Dev. Protected Prahlad Maharaj in the most extreme circumstances. So we all are also like children. Prahlad was a 5-year-old child. Now we may have grown up physically, but spiritually we are all children of God. We are helpless. We are insignificant. Right? Anytime anything could go wrong. Right? And we all are in need of protection. And so praying for each other's protection, we'll chant this Narsingati. Namaste Narasimhaya, Namaste Narasimhaya, Prahlada Ladadaine, Prahlada
Ladadaini,
Hiranyakashipurvakshaha,
Hiranyakashipurvakshaha,
Shilatanka nakhalaye, Shilatanka
Nakalaye,
Ito Nasingha, Parato Nasingha, Ito Nasingha,
Parato Nasimha,
Yato Yami Tato Nasingha, Yato Yami
Tato Nasimha,
Bahir Narsingha, Hridaye Narsingha, Bahir Narsingha, Narsingha Madim Sharanam Prapade, Narsingha Madim
Sharanam Pradahim,
Tavakara Kamalavari Nakha Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringam Ishabadrita Narari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Tavakara Kamalavare Nakham Adbhuta Shringam Lalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringam Ishavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadish
Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare.
Jayo Narsinghadev, 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 Jayo Narsinghadev, Jayo
Nasimhadev, 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 Jaya Nasimhadev.
Jayo Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jayo Prahlad Maharaj, Jayo Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj.
Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj.
Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Jayo Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Rama Rama Rama
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय हो। Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ghatkopar Wadhwa Bhaktavrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
in the news recently, and since that it has had a little impact recently. So these are two examples which I came across. The first was, and I request your guidance on that, like as to how one is supposed to deal with such things. Okay. The first thing was a news article regarding a company laying off a lot of people. So about 10,000 people were laid off in India recently due to artificial intelligence coming in. Okay. The other thing is regarding the war which is happening in the world, and now I was trying to relate to what you were saying, how to deal with these things. So the first thing which I understood was you should see, is that problem big enough to take stress or not. Okay. So coming to the first example of, say, artificial intelligence or technology taking away people's jobs, I think that yes, there is an implication which can happen to anyone. Same thing regarding the war also, that there are economic implications for anybody that may happen now or in the future. The second thing is, can you, which you said was, can you do something about it or not? Okay, if you can either cure it or endure it. So here I feel is that it is like for the artificial intelligence part, I think some people may say that you can do something about it, you can have different skills. But for the war thing, it will, I think, be more that you have to endure it, right? As a personal, as a common man, it will be difficult for us to do much about it. So in such situations, if, how should one deal with it? Because it does create some discomfort or stress in someone's mind. So if I can get some guidance on.
Thank you so much. Your good name, sir.
Pranay.
And what do you do?
I'm a corporate banker.
Oh, jai. So thank you, Pranay, for like so sincerely not just listening but also inquiring about how do we apply this in our day-to-day life, because that's very important. That it should not just sit as a theory that looks good from the outside. It has to have application in our real world. So now regarding these two situations that you said, that AI taking up jobs and also the war that we are seeing. Now this is just one piece of the one chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, which was of course spoken in a situation of war. So there is definitely relevance for the war thing. But not everything, like if I have a spanner, so that spanner has a particular purpose. Then there's a stepney, a spanner. So there are a set of instruments, set of tools. So Bhagavad Gita will equip us with a complete set of tools. So we have just taken these three tools from the second chapter, especially for personal problems. On a personal note, these are things which you can help resolve. However, in the situation that you described also, we could make use of these three, but there are other things also, because Bhagavad Gita speaks of 5 topics: Ishwar, Jeev, Prakriti, Kal, Karma. These are the 5 topics of the Gita, and you need all of those 5, the knowledge of all those 5 and their interrelation to get a clear, bigger picture. So as we keep on going through this, then you will get different tools for different situations. However, in this for these 2 particular situations, like laying off of jobs, so yeah, for a person who is going through certain situation like that, so it can be helpful. Like first thing is it a problem really so big? So many times we make it big. Why? Because and the whole ecosystem, the educational ecosystem, it associates success with just doing things like getting a job. However, this is a bubble like which we have created, a financial economic bubble that we have created, and we feel that this is how things are supposed to last forever, but it's not. However grand that bubble is, but a bubble is supposed to burst. So if we may wish that the bubble lasts, and there are PhD studies done on how a soap bubble can stay longer. There are people who are doing their PhDs in top-notch universities to make the bubble coming from your Dove soap or the Pierce soap last longer. But the bubble is supposed to burst, right? So we have in the modern, last 100 years created a situation which everyone knows the oil driven economy, or whether it is the paper currency driven economy, somewhere down the line it is going to crash and it is going to affect all of us. We have reaped the benefits of it, but we are also going to see the other side. Sooner or later it is coming. The better if we prepare and brace ourselves for that, right? And mentally be prepared that something can go wrong, something can happen, because these are artificial situations created. And the world is the name, like in English, in Sanskrit is called Jagat. Ja means Janma, Gat means gone. Jagat means it's such a curious place, and as soon as something comes in this world, Janma, it starts to disappear. So, the financial capital of India and the world was the Vijayanagar Empire, and in that the city of Hampi was the second largest city in the world and the biggest city in the world. The second largest and the richest city in the world. 500 years back. Not like thousands of years. 500 years back, it was the financial capital of the world. Now it is ruins. वहाँ पे लोग tourism के लिए जाते हैं to see खंडर. Within a matter of 100 years, that city became completely, haunted. There were invasions, there was, wars, whatnot. So people who were sitting there at that time thought that life is supposed to last forever. Like this is the capital. People are going to come, trade, Europeans or Africa, our products are going, our silks are going, our spices are going. No, that had a shelf life, right? So similarly, we are sitting in the financial capital of India today, but there are tsunamis, there are calamities, there is global warming, there are financial bubbles which are created. And why is America so desperate to, like Venezuela ho ya Iran ho, is because the petrodollar. So if you understand the geopolitical, you would know better than me, but the petrodollar is an association which they created, that anyone has to trade in oil, they have to pay in dollars. So anyone who doesn't trade in dollars, so America tries to, whether it was Iraq or Venezuela or it is Iran. So the main thing is not nuclear weapons, it's underlying, people say it is this equation, because the entire world has to pay for oil and America can just print dollars en masse, right? So there are many things like that, and somewhere down the line something can happen. So you mentally brace for that. Secondly, we should have more faith in the, as sir said, your good name, sir? Jayesh sir said ki bhai, ultimately karma is a system which works much more finer and justly than the systems of law that we create in this world. So ultimately, if I have got talent and if I do hard work, then somewhere down the line I am going to be self-sufficient, right? I may not have the luxuries that I may want to show off. So people today, they what we have got into is purchasing things which we don't need to impress people whom we don't like with money which we don't have, right? So we have created an artificial situation, artificial bubble, a life which looks good from outside but doesn't feel good from inside. We want to be seen as rich, but we don't feel rich inside, right? So yes, if we operate from a different paradigm, not a paradigm which is dependent on a certain stock market, not a paradigm which is dependent on a certain financial, economic or governmental situation, a paradigm which is dependent on karma, a paradigm which is dependent on the universal system of justice, that God has given me talent, and if I do hard work, that will be rewarded. And when we have that ki bhai do haath do pair diya, and when I talk to college students, I tell them, don't make yourself, with all of this education, don't create a slave out of yourself, that you are going begging, koi mujhe job de do, koi mujhe kaam pe lagao. No baba, you have got talent, you should stand up for yourself and have faith in your talent, in your hard work, and the grace of God. And when you have that kind of confidence in you, then people will come looking for you, because we like it's one paradigm is I do something so I get paid. Another paradigm is I want to serve and I want to contribute meaningfully, add value to the society. And when you add value to the society will pay you for that. So the varnashram system tha, it was based on that paradigm. Ki Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, all four, they identify four needs of the society. So the Brahmana identifies the need of education. That people need education. That's a timeless need. And there are so many streams of education. So Brahmana is a teacher, educator, who is never going to go out of business. Right? Then there is Kshatriya, an administrator. So the Brahmana, he tames the problem of illiteracy or ignorance. So the Brahmana identifies the problem of ignorance and he solves it. The Kshatriya, he identifies the problem of injustice. That there is injustice in the society, the haves and the have not, the powerful, they try to subdue the weak. So the Kshatriya, the word Kshatriya means Shatatrayate, who protects others who are weak. So the king's role is to protect those who are weak from those who can be predators. So the Kshatriya sees there is injustice in the society. I have a service here. I have a role to play. The Vaishya, he sees insufficiency. He sees nature is giving bountiful resources, there is food, but there is mismanagement. So the Vaishya, he sees there is insufficiency. Can I organize this? What is modern MBA teaching people, apart from marketing, is basically about organization theory and how do you do administration and other things. So this is what the Vaishya does, to create resources and with trade and other things to share resources. And Vaishya and the Shudra, he also has a role to play. He or she also has a role to play. What role to play? That there is indolence. Indolence is basically there is laziness. But a Shudra is someone who is not at all lazy. अगर कुछ काम करना है, that requires hard work. A Shudra will not mind lifting loads, lifting weights, doing the hard work, working with the resources to create something meaningful. So the Shudras, they are like the artisans who work, like it takes, जैसे हमारा stone temples आप देखोगे ancient times का, right? We may have big builders, multi-billion dollars, they may have revenues and all, but the kind of artwork which our ancient temples had, they required a lot of patience, a lot of toil and hard work. So it was the Shudras who would create such a structure that would invoke such devotion, right? By their hard work. It requires a lot of patience. So each of these four classes of men or women, they realize that the society has needs. And if I pitch in to satisfy those needs, I am never going to be out of employment. So when you operate with this paradigm, the external economic atmosphere ecosystem becomes redundant. And the more we teach the current generation to operate from a paradigm of seeing a need and having a service mindset, how can I fulfill, then karma, the system, universal system of justice, will do good to us, rather than just becoming so like kind of cozy and comfortable ki, if I don't have a job, I'm unemployed and I'm sitting at home doing nothing and complaining about it, blaming the government, blaming other people, blaming the parents, blaming the college. No, right? So is that something which we can think about? Thank you. Okay. Okay. Yeah, please. Yeah.
Maybe I'll ask you after.
You can ask if others want to stay. They can.
We'll also listen.
Yes. So my doubt is, so we think very highly of ourselves. Like we like to think कि मैं बहुत जरूरी हूँ, मेरा purpose बड़ा है, और we think like कैसे भी सुनामी आ जाए, मुझे तो जीना पड़ेगा because I am so important.
Irreplaceable.
Is it wrong to have an alter ego, or should we be thinking in such manner that we have a higher purpose? Is it an alter ego or a self-esteem, and is it important? Please educate me.
Okay, your good name?
Jaini Gada. Jaini.
Jainika.
Yeah.
Jenny.
Jaini.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, Jaini, there are two answers to this. We are each one of us, no one is irreplaceable in this world. Everyone, you can be replaced. That is one thing. And another thing is that each one of us is unique and has something very unique to offer to the world. So at one level we are replaceable, completely replaceable. What we are doing, someone else can definitely do. But in the bigger scheme of things, we are so unique that no one else can replace us. In the spiritual sense. In the material sense, we can be replaced. But in the spiritual sense, the purpose for which you are there, no one else is going to. And God is going to wait for you to become spiritually evolved and aligned. Till that time, वो आपका seat खाली रहेगा. In Krishna's Leela, you will have, that there's a Gopakumar. So that Gopakumar, he falls down to this, like he's in the material world, but when he goes back to the spiritual world, his role, उसकी जो सेवा है वो खाली पड़ी है. वो और कोई छूता नहीं है. जब गोप कुमार वापस आएगा तब वही करेगा. Right? So on the spiritual plane, we are all irreplaceable. But in the material sense, we are easily substitutable or replaceable. So that is something, the soul, although it is insignificant, but in Krishna's eyes, that soul and its contribution is limitlessly meaningful. We matter. We matter to God. Maybe not to the world, but to God. When the Hanumanji and the big monkeys were taking and throwing all of those big boulders and mountains to make the Ram Setu, a little squirrel was kicking some grains of sand to also contribute to this. And then Hanumanji said, "Move aside, you will get crushed." Ramji said, "Wait a minute, stop, calm down. Your service and the squirrel service are equally important in my eyes." So it's not that Hanumanji can replace, quantitatively he can replace the squirrel. But qualitatively, what the squirrel can do is an act of devotion, which is equally important as Hanumanji's devotion in Krishna's eyes. Thank you.
One last thing. So this is actually related in some sense. So I was listening to some other spiritual teachers also online. I came across two theories. So the first theory was dualism. Like we are different and God is different. Like the example that you just said, right? That there's a place for us and we need to be there. Go there. The other theory says that that we are one. The soul and God is one, right? And they say there is no difference, and the ultimate aim is for the soul to merge with the Lord. So it gets confusing for me to which to choose. Like which is why is there differences, and which is the right theory to believe in? So that comes to my mind.
So I'll first of all allay anxiety about it, that you don't have to choose. Like the constitutional nature is such that you can't change it. You have to just grow into it. You have to just rediscover it. So whatever the different theories are there, you should be rest assured that what your constitutional nature is doesn't depend on different theories. So now speaking about understanding Vedanta, understanding the ultimate conclusion of the scriptures, the Vedas. So there's the philosophy of Achintya Bhed Abheda. So there is Dvaitavad and Advaitavad. They are two different poles. Dvaitavad says that we and God are eternally different. And Advaitavad says that we merge into God. That you become God. Some of them also say that you become God. But now there are problems with both of them. Why? Now if you speak of Advaitavad, I also I will merge in God, right? And now there are multiple problems in this. First of all, I have a form, right? All of us have a form. So is it that I have something which God doesn't have? So God is formless and I have a form, which means I am more than God. No. So I am a part and parcel of God. Whatever I have, actually, whatever is most dear to us is a form, like kind of our personality. We don't trade off that off. कि नहीं, मतलब like we put attention to how we look. So our form is important to us. So if we have a form and we hold it important, would we say God cannot have a form? You just merge into that Nirvishesh Brahman which has no roop. This is Nirakar. No, a form is important and God also has a supreme divine form. Right? And second thing is that we are like kind of, if you say that you become God, you merge into God, you become God. The thing is that is God a changeable thing? That what is not God becomes God. Then is it really God? How can God become corrupted? How can God become virus infected? God is all powerful. If God becomes virus infected, virus is more powerful than God. If God is subject to karma, we are subjected to karma, which means karma is more powerful than God, then which means karma is God. So this has a lot of fallacies. That if you speak of only Advaitavad, but then it's then natural for us to see that the Jiva, I am insignificant, I am tiny, I am helpless. There has to be a supreme creator behind all of this, cosmos and this magnificent creation. And I and him are different. Right? I am a person, he is a supreme person, and Dvaita, there is difference. But then उसमें क्या होता है? Yes, there is quantitative difference, but a qualitative oneness. So why qualitative oneness is important? Like if you just see, say, matchmaking जब होता है, या even friendships, the ultimate best recipe for friendship is some differences, some contrast has to be there. मतलब अगर if two people agree on everything, both of them are useless. नहीं, if two people disagree on everything, then both of them are useless. If two people agree on everything, one of them is useless. So like if two people disagree and fight over everything, both of them are like basically useless. But if two people agree on everything, which means one of them is just blindly following, right? So there has to be some difference to create a rasa. थोड़ा difference जरूरत है, or at the same time some similarity is also needed. If you have a friend who is completely contrasting poles apart, you can't come to a place where you have a connection. So with God, we have quantitative difference. He is great, we are small. But there is qualitative oneness. He is also Satchidananda, we are also Satchidananda. But we are limited. He is unlimited. Right? So when you have that commonality, you can build a connection. Right? I am sentient, he is sentient. I am sentient about my body, he is sentient about the entire universe. So that is called Achintya Bheda Abheda. So like the different acharyas have come across who have gradually built up this entire understanding of the soul and its connection with God. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave the complete synthesis. There is thesis, antithesis, and then synthesis. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has presented the synthesis of those antithesis of Dvaitavad and Advaitavad to present to us that how we are different from God, yet we have an intimate connection with God. Right? In that sense, we are united in purpose, but different in our identity. Right? Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for